Hey guys, it's Jag. Welcome back to the arcade. Let's get back to just another game, Batman Arkham Asylum. Now, a couple things before we get started. One, it turns out that after I was doing the research for the History of Batman feature in the last episode or two ago, this actually was the very first Clayface. I was wrong. And two, it might actually be a riddle that you can miss if you don't solve it in time. After a while, he just laughs at you, and I think if you come by and you try to solve the riddle when he's laughing at you, you may not be able to. So keep that in mind. But, hello sir, you're a very, very strange inmate with one arm. Last time we managed to rescue Warden Sharp, and we got ourselves a new gadget, which we'll show off right here. The cryptographic sequencer, which is one of my favorite upgrades in the entire game because it unlocks so much. Most of the time, it's going to unlock those electric gates that have been blocking our way. But here and there, it will unlock some other contraption like these jail bars. And let us get this trophy, which is really cool.
So, you found it at last. What have you been doing with your time?
Dude, it's not my fault you hid it behind a thing I couldn't access. In fact, now that Joker has unleashed all the inmates, at least all the insane ones, all those laughing lobotomy patients that we passed on our way in here, we can actually access a lot more. They're not going to be too big of a threat, but they do tend to sneak up on you. Like, they only take one hit. But, other than their screaming, they're actually very quiet when they approach. And they can throw you off. Also, guess who's free? Poison Ivy's free. I don't know why I had to spell that out, but I did. And I think there's something in one of these. Yep, there it is. An interesting note with that interaction between Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn last episode. Along with Catwoman, they are called the Gotham Sirens. They are a team that basically Harley and Ivy are like super best friends, maybe sometime lovers, I'm not sure on that. And Catwoman is also there. And there was a few episodes where they committed a series of crimes together, but hello. Yeah, one punch and they're gone. Eventually Harley and Ivy got tired of the fact that Catwoman is sometimes a good girl, and Catwoman really just likes to operate on her own, so that team didn't last for too long, but every now and then you'll see them get together in the comic books, and it's kind of cool. I like the fact that there's a
surprise!
Oh dear.
You know, Bats, I always thought there was a spark between us. Well, now there is.
He's done.
Come and get me, Bats. I double dare ya.
I like how they put that scene in there just to reinforce that Harley Quinn is actually a really good gymnast.
You guys are idiots. There are guns
Alright.
everywhere.
You cannot let them open these boxes. If you do, you need to target them immediately because the boxes contain weapons. Oh, and I didn't want to actually jump down here. What the hell, Batman? Okay, so that's interesting. Batman, you want to set up some sort of combo or something? Good lord, man, you're gonna get killed for your own stupidity. I might actually have to do most of this fight. No, don't! What are you doing? Okay, so the combat detection may be a little bit finicky from time to time, especially when you don't want it to be. Round two, round two.
Don't let him handle you, idiots!
I like how she's just riding that lamp that they're laughing at us. That's so Harley, and you have a gun. I would like you to not have the gun. Also, I'm kind of getting my ass kicked without noticing. Right in mid-flight.
Loser, loser, loser.
Shake them hips. Them hips don't lie. Alright. Let's try to like have this not go south quite as fast, because that was a little bit embarrassing and irritating, to be honest. Alright. I like how she triggers this trap, you know, right before we step on one of the panels. It's very nice of her.
You know that.
Also, we've seen this, so...
You guys are idiots. They're guns everywhere. Did that hurt me, man?
I'm gonna take you out like right now.
That's not
Starting to get the sense that once these guys isolate themselves by running for a weapon, that's when they're actually the most vulnerable to being taken out. As long as you don't get shot on the way.
Hey, boys, keep away from the fish.
So I might actually keep that in mind from now on. Live and learn. Or die and learn. Ooh, I got that one just in time. I'm giving out a lot more boo-boos than I'm getting though this time, at least, except for the guy who punches me in the head, because these guys are not really given the opportunity to run for a gun, and I think that's actually making my life harder. That's the last one.
Was that as
Nice.
easy as it looked? Huh. Well, it won't be so easy trying to catch me. Mwah!
All right. Does that not quite turn off the floor down below? I think we can actually do that somewhere around here. Maybe this one? Let's give it a shot. Also, those dots that you're seeing, they show how difficult it's going to be to crack each box. There we go, that turns off the floor.
System deactivated.
That guy down there is probably dead though. I mean, oh well. I mean, I hate to be that indifferent, but there is literally nothing we could do for him, so oh well. Alright, before we get started, let's take a look around, because I think there may be a few things that we have access to. There was a riddle that we saw when we came into the room. Can we open this one up? Right there? See those 3 yellow dots? That means this is a medium level cryptographic sequencer to crack. To be perfectly honest, even the level 5 ones aren't that difficult unless you're on some sort of a timer. They're just not. Later in the series, we're going to be using this gadget some more, and I actually feel they do a better job of it at that point. It becomes less make the wiggly lines go to the right frequencies and more like you actually have to solve this kind of a puzzle by moving the things. Like each one is a phrase and you have to get the letters to make the phrase or to spell out the phrase. So it's actually kind of cool. Whereas this is a good proof of concept and it's useful, but it's not my favorite iteration of the sequencer. The sequencer is something that will last for all 3 games, and I am looking for a particular cell, and I'm not seeing it. I thought it was on the walls, but I'm not seeing any cells on the walls, so maybe I'm just looking in the wrong place. Let's see. Can't get anything up there because that's just the arena we just fought in. Am I sure it's not in here somewhere? Actually, it might be. Also, I hear maniacs or lunatics. These guys are now going to be all over the island at several points, and they have a very good detection rate. Also, I am pressing the X button as hard as I can, and you saw how fast that guy was taking out my health. Holy crap! Yeah, even if they do only take 1 hit, they are nothing to mess with, and this is the cell that I was looking for. This will solve our riddle. There are calendar dates everywhere. Look at this. Just take a picture of these right here. No, you don't like that, huh? Okay. Screw you. What if I come back out a little bit more? Alright, what do you want me to do, game? This is kind of the irritating thing. You have to figure out sometimes exactly what you're supposed to be taking a picture of.
What?
There we go.
You found that one too? Preposterous.
And you unlock the bio for Calendar Man, which I can't remember if this guy actually shows up in the animated series or not. Fixated on the calendar, Julian Day became Calendar Man, a villain who timed and tied his criminals thematically to certain holidays throughout the year, often leaving clues by which he could be caught. Gotham City's hopes for a day off are often clouded by the knowledge that any holiday of note is likely to be shadowed by Calendar Man's presence. Real name Julian Day, occupation professional criminal, base of operations Gotham City, eyes blue, hair brown, height 6'3", weight 175 pounds. First appearance Detective Comics number 259. Obsessed with quirks of the calendar and carefully plans and themes crimes around holidays. I think he may not have shown up in the animated series. I tend to get this guy confused with the Clockmaster or whatever that guy is. There was a villain that got like did everything by clockwork, and he got super pissed off at the mayor. And I am looking for something in particular, by the way. He got pissed off at the mayor because the mayor made him late for an appointment, which cost him like his entire business. There it is. And he became like the Clock King, I think is his name. It was really weird, but I think I might be confusing him with Julian Day. I don't think you actually see anything about the Clock King in this area, or in this game, or in any of the games. So I think there is, yep, there is another trophy up there, but we can't access it from this side. Prometheus, Arkham Guard's most wanted and hated. A very, very interesting clue that we have going on there. And I believe we will not be able to solve that one for some time. You can see that we've got a trophy here, but there is no control panel in our range to access, so we can't use our cryptographic sequencer there. And I think that up there is also where the answer to Prometheus is, and Prometheus is a really, really, really cool villain. I don't want to talk too much about him, but basically he's the anti-Batman, even more than Hush was. Like, Hush came close to being the anti-Batman. Prometheus absolutely is.
Finally turned up, the Dark Knight himself. How's it hanging, Babs? Got a little problemo for you. See those 2 guards over there? I know, shocking. How you gonna save them?
Well, first we're gonna have to turn off the power, which means we have to get pretty close to this. Actually, we're not going to be able to get in range of that. Alright, so let's see here. You'll be fine until I actually start this puzzle. I want to see you. Oh no, here's Prometheus. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and scan this in. I thought he was in a different place. I thought he was upstairs. I am doing something. I am solving riddles. So, a dark reflection of Batman, Prometheus was raised by criminals who were gunned down by policemen right in front of him. Dedicating his life to destroying the law, Prometheus traveled the world and trained in the ways of murder. Clad in an armored suit that maximizes his natural skills, he is a master assassin whose physical and mental abilities rival Batman's own. Real name unknown, occupation professional criminal, base of operations Gotham City, eyes brown, hair white, height 6 feet, weight 180 pounds. First appearance Prometheus #1, December 1997. Pathological need to kill law officers, trained to peak physical and mental levels, arsenal of weapons and deadly gadgets. His suit has a cybernetic interface into his brain in which he can download martial arts skills directly into his head as he needs to. Alright, here's where we start this puzzle. And he actually came very, very close to taking out the entire Justice League if it hadn't been for like 1 or 2 tourists and Plastic Man. Really, really interesting character. I hope they do more with him. Also, why is this one the difficult one? It's only level 1. I can feel it. There it goes. Alright. Yeah, I can count. You crazy bitch.
Any second now, power comes back on and you fry. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I pressured. I folded him with pressure. Yeah, you win. Wag your hips at me. Come on, give me a victory waggle. I like her design in this game pretty much all around, except for the damn ponytails. I like her. Don't I get credit for having solved this already? I guess not. Let's see. Oh, there's another riddle here. Okay, we won't be able to do that one for a little bit, I don't think. And then we need to rescan this. But yeah, her ponytails. Also, I'm backtracking. Her ponytails bug the hell out of me. I do not like the way that they did them in this game. They look much more natural and much more attractive in the next 2 games. And I can't skip this. Alright. Let's see if I can solve this much better. Much faster. There's that one. Let's see if I can solve this one real quick. You don't even know what it does. One, 2. Alright, so that solves the first part of the puzzle. Alright, this is a 4-star. Let's see. What I got? There we go. Got it. And, unfortunately, that means that we're not going to be able to get that riddle again.
You're safe now.
You going after that crazy witch? I saw her heading out of the door as we got out of the room.
She won't get away. I'll stop her and then her boyfriend.
Good. Listen, I'll go try and get the ventilation system working. If you find her, don't go easy on her. For me.
Yeah, so I demonstrated the right way to do that room and the wrong way. You have to do the riddle before you solve the officers, otherwise you will not be able to get back into that room until you can turn on the ventilation system, and we won't be able to do that until we get another gadget. So, unfortunately for us, I got to show off the riddle in the bio and how bad I am at hitting this damn teeth. But we're not going to be able to actually officially put it in our completion for a while because I forgot. Regardless of that, I want a particular upgrade. I want the range upgrade. The power amplifier is good, but the cryptographic range amplifier is necessary. Increases effective range of the cryptographic sequencer, allowing Batman to override out-of-reach control panels and open up access to areas that would otherwise be inaccessible. This should be your first upgrade after you get the cryptographic sequencer if you are hunting down goodies, because a number of control panels are going to be just out of range of you. And, you know, I probably could have actually tagged this one here without having to get in the water if I had the range upgrade. So keep that in mind if you have an upgrade available for you before you hit this room. You might want to spend it on that and make this room a little bit easier for you.
The whole system is going nuts. What's happening to this place?
It's gone nuts, just like the rest of the system. I want to go up here though. There's a couple of things I think we can do up here. Maybe. Alright, there's a vent. We're going to want to take a note of that. And I'm going to blow this wall. I want to say maybe you can solve a riddle by doing this, but we may not be able to get back to this later. Let's check it out. So see, behind that wall over there is the power source to the ventilation. That's what we're going to need the upgrade to turn on. And it does not look like we're going to be able to solve this riddle. Right below us, right here, should be the dot to this question mark. Just be aware that we're going to have to come back to get that too. As for the vent, we can do something about that right now. And this should take us to the battering that we saw on our way, or the Riddler trophy that we saw on our way in. If I remember right, and I hope that I do. It's going to be embarrassing if I don't. But I've already embarrassed myself several times here today, so what's one more? Yeah, here we go. Right out on top of the grate, and now we can grab it. Is there anything else in here that I care about before we call it an episode? I don't think so. Well, that's the way out. There was another branch I want to check out real quick. Although I'm pretty sure I did on my way in. Oh, that's just cobwebs. Okay. Never mind then. But I think we are going to call it an episode here, guys. Because we're coming up to somewhat of a boss fight, and I don't want to do it right now. In fact, after some thought, I'm actually dreading this fight a little bit more than I was the Bane fight, so that should be really, really interesting for you guys to look forward to, and I need to remember the way out. So, next time, guys, we're probably finally going to catch up with Harley Quinn, and hopefully put an end to her little antics, and I hope to see you guys then. Thanks for coming out and joining me today. As always, I much appreciate it. If you enjoyed what you saw today, click the little thumbs up. Helps the channel out and always makes me feel just a little bit better about myself and putting these videos up for you guys. If you are new to the channel and you want to see more of my work, I upload at least once a week, sometimes twice, but I'm not going to start a new series this week. So just once a week for the time being, and you'll get notified when I do. And if you have any hints, tips, or tricks, or you just want to talk Batman, leave me a comment in the comments down below. As always, thanks again for coming out and joining me, and you guys have a great day. Later.